And cooler, a low of 47. Tomorrow, look for a high of 63.
All right. And CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley in Paris is up next.
We hope to see you again at 6.
Tonight from Paris. Police hunting for the mastermind of the Friday attacks storm an apartment, and they say they have smashed another terror ring. The president versus the Republicans over Syrian refugees.
They're scared of widows and orphans.
If you admit 10,000 people, and 9,999 of them are good people, and one of them is an ISIS killer, you have a problem.
Northwest storms turn deadly and leave many without power. And a Parisian has a message for the terrorists and a lesson for us all.
This is the CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley, reporting tonight from Paris.
We'll begin tonight with the first video of one of the terror attacks in progress. These silent security pictures obtained by London's Daily Mail show one of the terrorists in that red circle opening fire outside a restaurant last Friday night. Patrons dive inside and take cover, and soon it's chaos with bullets and glass flying everywhere and people running for their lives. At one point, the gunman appears to be aiming at point-blank range, but the gun misfires, and 2 women escape with their lives. There was more gunfire here overnight, but this time it was the police raiding an apartment on the outskirts of the capital. They were hunting for the suspected mastermind of the attacks that left at least 129 dead and 368 wounded. Most of them are still in the hospital. When the raid was over, officials said another terror operation had been neutralized. Elizabeth Palmer begins our coverage.
A vibrant Paris neighborhood turned into a war zone. When just after 4 this morning, SWAT teams stormed a third-floor apartment and came under a barrage of heavy gunfire. Including from a woman shooter who's then believed to have blown herself up. The battle raged for an hour. The police, 110 officers in all, backed up by military reinforcements, fired off 5,000 rounds of ammunition. During a lull, neighbors ran for cover. When the shooting finally stopped, 3 naked men were taken away into custody, with at least 5 police officers wounded. A block away, the owner of the apartment spoke with reporters. He told them that as a favor to a friend, he'd loaned it to people he didn't know. A short time later, he was under arrest too, along with 7 others. But the presumed leader of the Paris attacks, Abdelhamid Abaoud, was not among them. However, it is possible he's one of at least 2 killed. As forensic specialists got to work looking for, among other things, more bodies in the ruined building, the Paris prosecutor, François Molins, said a witness had told police on Monday that Abaoud was in France, not in Syria. Communications intercepts and bank data appeared to back that up. All day, residents were coming to grips with the realization that an armed group with an arsenal of weapons had taken refuge in the heart of their community. And now they've got another worry.
Saint-Denis has a large immigrant Muslim population, and they are, of course, as afraid of terrorists as anybody else. But they're also afraid they're going to be targeted by the French government's new emergency powers.
The powers include the right to search property without a warrant, set curfews, and order house arrests. Since the Paris attacks, President François Hollande has underlined again and again that French Muslims are full citizens, not terrorists. But the stigma is still there. Says Asma, I get more strange looks now. It's awful that people put us in the same category.
And of course, there's a real general undercurrent of fear. A family I spoke to in Saint-Denis today told me how glad they were that the terrorist mastermind was killed. And when I said, actually, there was no proof of that, even the children burst into tears.
Liz Palmer with us here in Paris tonight. Liz, thank you. ISIS released a video today which implied a threat against New York City. It shows scenes from New York and a suicide bomber preparing explosives. In a statement, the NYPD said the video reaffirms the message that New York City remains a top terrorist target. The police say that while there is no current or specific threat, they remain vigilant. Of the 9 terrorists police say were involved in the Paris attacks last Friday, 5 are or were French. Suspected mastermind Abdelhamid Abaoud is a citizen of Belgium, and Alan Pizzi is there.
The people of Abdelhamid Abaoud's old neighborhood came out in the thousands tonight in a gesture the jihadist would have hated, a rally to show solidarity with the residents of Paris. Several young men who said they knew Abaoud described him as normal. He dressed like me in a tracksuit, a regular guy. As for becoming a jihadi, it means that before that he was a victim of discrimination, this man said. People don't get radicalized because they want to. It's not like a trip to the store. So how did someone who won a scholarship when he was these youngsters' age grow up to be a terrorist? Abaoud was raised in this modest home in Molenbeek. But the dark side of the multi-ethnic suburb apparently held more appeal than his family's clothing business. He became radicalized during a stint in jail for petty crime. Released in 2013, he suddenly vanished and showed up in Syria. Under the name Abu Umar el-Belgiki, the Belgian, he started using social media to recruit jihadists. Abaoud's career profile shot to real prominence when he appeared in an ISIS propaganda video, dragging bodies behind a pickup truck and reveling in the image it gave him. According to intelligence reports, he snuck in and out of Europe to coordinate terrorist attacks, feats Abaoud bragged about in an ISIS online magazine.
Whatever his self-image may have been, as far as residents of his old neighborhood are concerned, as one put it, Molenbeek already had a bad reputation. Now Abaoud hasn't done us any favors. Scott?
Our veteran foreign correspondent Alan Pizzi in Brussels. Alan, thank you. The way out of Syria for many refugees and terrorists alike is through Turkey. It is a place that Holly Williams has spent a lot of time. Holly, how difficult is it to keep extremists from crossing into Europe from Syria?
Scott, it's very difficult. At least 6 of the Paris attackers are thought to have spent time in Syria. At least one of them was apparently known to the French authorities as an extremist, but was still able to travel to Syria. Part of the problem is that ISIS has no respect for national borders. Its fighters are smuggled across the Turkish border into Syria, and one of the Paris attackers appears to have posed as a refugee in order to enter Europe.
Now, the U.S. today said it was going to help Turkey fortify its border. Is that going to help?
Scott, that border between Turkey and Syria is 500 miles long and it is porous. I spoke to a senior Turkish official yesterday who said that as long as ISIS exists in Syria, it will be impossible to stem the flow of extremists across that border. The other problem is intelligence sharing. That Turkish official said that Turkey had warned France twice about one of the Paris attackers, last year and again this year, over concerns that he may have travelled to Syria. But he said that French officials didn't follow up until after the Paris attacks.
Holly Williams. Thanks, Holly. There are well over 100 Americans fighting for ISIS in Syria, according to Secretary of State John Kerry. In Paris, we asked Kerry whether the wider goals of ISIS have now gone international. He calls ISIS by its Arabic acronym, Daesh.
The only goals that I can define of Daesh are to enforce their twisted concept of a caliphate, which has nothing to do with Islam, to put women into slavery, to license rape as the will of God of non-Muslim women, to be able to kill Yazidis because they're Yazidis, kill Shia because they're Shia, kill Christians because they're Christians. That's what they do.
Now they're exporting that wholesale.
Well, let's see how wholesale it is. They're exporting it, yes. But most of the folks that I've heard responding, and particularly in the Muslim world, do not accept this.
President Obama wants the U.S. to take in thousands of Syrian refugees fleeing the Syrian civil war. But Republicans are trying to stop him. Margaret Brennan is traveling with the president in Manila.
President Obama lashed out at Republican presidential candidates who said the U.S. should not accept any Syrian refugees.
These are the same folks oftentimes who suggest that they're so tough that just talking to Putin or staring down ISIL or using some additional rhetoric somehow is going to solve the problems out there. But apparently they're scared of widows and orphans coming into the United States of America as part of our tradition of compassion.
And Mr. Obama warned the political backlash is helping ISIS.
I cannot think of a more potent recruitment tool for ISIL than some of the rhetoric that's been coming out of here during the course of this debate.
The administration plans to accept around 10,000 Syrian refugees over the next year. Of the more than 2,000 refugees admitted since the start of the Syrian war, more than 40% are children under 14, and only 2% are single males of combat age. The president says they're thoroughly vetted over a nearly 2-year process, and he dared his critics to come up with a better system.
They've been playing on fear in order to try to score political points or to advance their campaigns. And it's irresponsible. And it's contrary to who we are. And it needs to stop because the world is watching.
Tonight, White House officials said the president will veto a Republican bill that would make it even harder for Syrian refugees to enter the U.S. And Scott, despite the uproar, there are no plans to change the refugee policy.
Margaret Brennan traveling with the president in Manila tonight. Margaret, thank you. Now with the response from the Republicans, here's Major Garrett.
I got to tell you, it is utterly unbefitting of a president to be engaging in those kind of personal insults and attacks. And
Texas Senator Ted Cruz hit back at the president for suggesting those who do not want to accept Syrian refugees are un-American.
But I would encourage you, Mr. President, come back and insult me to my face.
A new poll shows that more than half of Americans want the U.S. to stop admitting Syrian refugees. It's a sentiment echoed by most of the Republican presidential field, including Marco Rubio and John Kasich.
It's not that we don't want to accept people that are coming in this country, it's that we cannot, because we cannot conduct effective, reliable background checks. And if you admit 10,000 people, and 9,999 of them are good people, and one of them is an ISIS killer, you have a problem.
We just have to make sure that we're not inviting people in here who pose a threat to us, who come in under the cover of refugee status, whose view it is to come in here and destroy us. That is not unreasonable for America to say no.
In South Carolina today, former Florida Governor Jeb Bush for the first time called for direct military engagement against ISIS.
The United States, in conjunction with our NATO allies and more Arab partners, will need to increase our presence on the ground.
And Donald Trump began running radio ads in early voting states.
I will also quickly and decisively bomb the hell out of ISIS. We'll rebuild our military and make it so strong no one, and I mean no one, will mess with us.
The White House said today not one of the more than 2,000 Syrian refugees allowed into the U.S. has been arrested or deported for terrorism offenses. Scott, in that poll we referred to, 69% of Republicans opposed admitting any new Syrian refugees.
Major Garrett in Washington tonight. Major, thank you. Did ISIS bring down that Russian jetliner with a bomb in a soda can? That's next, when the CBS Evening News continues from Paris.
Look, the wolf was huffing and puffing.
Like you do sometimes, Grandpa?
Well, when you have COPD, it can be hard to breathe. It can be hard to get air out, which can make it hard to get air in. So I talked to my doctor. She said,
Symbicort could help you breathe better, starting within 5 minutes. Symbicort doesn't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden symptoms. Symbicort helps provide significant improvement of your lung function. Symbicort is for COPD, including chronic bronchitis and emphysema. It should not be taken more than twice a day. Symbicort contains formoterol. Medicines like formoterol increase the risk of death from asthma problems. Symbicort may increase your risk of lung infections, osteoporosis, and some eye problems. You should tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it.
Symbicort could mean a day with better breathing.
Watch out, piggies!
Symbicort. Breathe better, starting within 5 minutes. Call or go online to learn more about a free trial offer. If you can't afford your medication, AstraZeneca may be able to help.
Some cashback cards love to overcomplicate things, like limiting, where you earn bonus cashback. Why put up with that? But the Quicksilver card from Capital One likes to keep it simple. Real simple. I'm talking easy, like a walk in the park, nothing to worry about. Man, that feels good simple. Quicksilver earns you unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere. It's a simple question. What's in your wallet?
How much protein does your dog food have? 18%? 20? Nutrient-dense Purina One True Instinct with real salmon and tuna has 30% protein. Support your active dog's whole body health with Purina One.
Whatever you're doing, plan well and enjoy life. Or as we say at United Healthcare Insurance Company, go long. Consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Go long.
ISIS is a master of propaganda, and it's worth keeping that in mind when we show you what ISIS claims is the bomb that brought down the Russian jetliner in Egypt. Here's Jeff Pegues.
It's a soda can, detonator, and a switch. It doesn't look like much, but ATF Special Agent Kurt Dennis, an explosives expert, says it could do a lot of damage.
Could that bring down a plane?
I think it would depend on where they placed it on the plane and how much explosives are in the soda can, but I believe it could.
ISIS published the image in its official propaganda magazine along with this message. Revenge was exacted upon those who felt safe in the cockpits of their jets. The group's claim that the soda can bomb brought down the Russian plane has not been verified. Just yesterday, the Russian government confirmed the crash in Egypt's Sinai Peninsula was caused by terrorism. And President Vladimir Putin vowed to hunt down those responsible for killing all 224 people on board. Investigators say an airport insider in Sharm el-Sheikh may have planted the bomb, and the Russians say it contained about 2 pounds of TNT. A U.S. counterterrorism official says ISIS in the Sinai is one of the group's most active and potent affiliates.
And how do you stop something like this from getting on a plane?
Good security screening methods, vetting your people, things of that nature.
ISIS is known to boast about its successful terror operations and has published details about other attacks in the past. Scott, out of an abundance of caution, an advisory was sent out to U.S. law enforcement today to be on the lookout for similar types of bomb components.
Jeff Pegues, thanks. A big story back home is the violent weather in the Northwest and a tragic loss for former NFL quarterback Doug Flutie. When we come back.
If you could see your cough,
It's just a cough.
you'd see how often you cough all day, and so would everyone else. New Robitussin 12 Hour delivers fast, powerful cough relief that lasts up to 12 hours. New Robitussin 12-hour cough relief, because it's never just a cough.
Why pause a spontaneous moment to take a pill? Or stop to find a bathroom? Cialis for daily use is approved to treat both erectile dysfunction and the urinary symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently, day or night. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any symptoms of an allergic reaction, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
Another day, and I'm still struggling with my diabetes. I do my best to manage, but it's hard to keep up with it.
Your body and your diabetes change over time. Your treatment plan may too. Know your options.
Once Daily Toujeo is a long-acting insulin from the makers of Lantus. It releases slowly to provide consistent insulin levels for a full 24 hours. Toujeo also provides proven full 24-hour blood sugar control and significant A1C reduction. Toujeo is a long-acting man-made insulin used to control high blood sugar in adults with diabetes. It contains 3 times as much insulin in 1 milliliter as standard insulin. Don't use Toujeo to treat diabetic ketoacidosis during episodes of low blood sugar or if you're allergic to insulin. Allergic reaction may occur and may be life-threatening. Don't reuse needles or share insulin pens, even if the needle has been changed. The most common side effect is low blood sugar, which can be serious and life-threatening. It may cause shaking, sweating, fast heartbeat, and blurred vision. Check your blood sugar levels daily while using Toujeo. Injection site reactions may occur. Don't change your dose or type of insulin without talking to your doctor. Tell your doctor if you take other medicines and about all your medical conditions. Insulins, including Toujeo, in combination with TZDs, thiazolidinediones, may cause serious side effects like heart failure that can lead to death, even if you've never had heart failure before. Don't dilute or mix Toujeo with other insulins or solutions, as it may not work as intended, and you may lose blood sugar control, which could be serious.
Ask your doctor about Toujeo.
Hey, y'all, watch my Titans take on the Jaguars Thursday night on NFL Network.
America, watch my Jaguars take on the Titans. We stand by our Jags. Go, Jags!
I'll see y'all Thursday night.
We'll see you Thursday night.
Only on NFL Network.
Titans, Jaguars, tomorrow night at 7 on News Channel 5.
At least 3 people were killed and thousands are without electricity after hurricane-force winds howled across the Northwest. David Begnaud is in the hard-hit city of Spokane, Washington.
Oh, my God.
70-mile-per-hour winds toppled 175 trees in the city of Spokane, Washington in less than an hour Tuesday.
Oh, that one's going right there.
Where? Oh! Overnight, residents were told not to go outside. The warning came after a woman died when she was struck by a falling tree. Another woman was trapped in her car after this tree collapsed onto it. Neighbors rushed to her aid.
She was stuck in there for about 10 minutes, but we finally got her out on the passenger side. I asked her to rub my head for good luck because she is a very fortunate young woman.
Today, work crews were spread out across the city repairing downed power lines. This tree fell into the home of 83-year-old Don Rotifer. How severe was the wind around 9 p.m. when the neighbor's tree fell on your home?
Oh, man, it was something else. I don't know. I've never heard wind like that before.
In the Seattle area, flooding sent people scrambling. Tim Moorbacher rescued a woman in her home.
So it was coming in from both ways in her place. So we pulled her out of the window, took her to the fire station.
Andrea Ziegler couldn't sleep last night. A tree fell into her home.
It sounded like an explosion, like a big bomb or something. I thought we were having an earthquake. I'm just thankful that God took care of us because it's a house, you know, it can be replaced.
Business owners were busy protecting their properties with sandbags. In southwest Colorado, 100-mile-per-hour winds led to near whiteout conditions. Nearly 3 feet of snow has fallen in parts of Colorado over the last 72 hours. Back here in Spokane, the wind toppled this nearly 100-year-old tree and sent it falling into the home behind me. There was a man and his 3 children inside. They were not harmed. Scott, tonight in the greater Spokane area, nearly 139,000 people are without power right now.
David Begnaud in Spokane for us. David, thank you. Sad news tonight from former NFL quarterback Doug Flutie. In a posting on Facebook, he said that his father, Dick, died today of a heart attack, and his mother, Joan, died an hour later, also from a heart attack. They were married 56 years. Doug Flutie wrote, "They say you can die of a broken heart, and I believe it." We'll have some final thoughts from Paris in a moment.
You drop 40 grand on a new set of wheels, then wham, a minivan T-bones you. Guess what? Your insurance company will only give you $37,000 to replace it. Depreciation, they claim. How can my car depreciate before its first oil change, you ask? Maybe the better question is, why do you have that insurance company?
With Liberty Mutual new car replacement, we'll replace the full value of your car. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
When you're living with diabetes, steady is exciting. Only Glucerna has Carb Steady, clinically proven to help minimize blood sugar spikes, so you stay steady ahead.
Believe it. AT&T and DirecTV are now one, which means you can watch in the house, in a tree house, or even in Miss Pepper Pie's house. Pause in your PJs and hit play during a PB&J. Nice! And enjoy some cartoons instead of listening to Dad's cartoons.
Meet you all the way.
Get the best of both worlds. DirecTV at home and 2 wireless lines from DirecTV and AT&T.
For adults with an advanced lung cancer called squamous non-small cell, previously treated with platinum-based chemotherapy, it's not every day something this big comes along. A chance to live longer. With Opdivo, nivolumab. Opdivo is the first and only immunotherapy FDA approved based on a clinical trial demonstrating longer life for these patients. In fact, Opdivo significantly increased the chance of living longer versus chemotherapy. Opdivo is different. It works with your immune system. Opdivo can cause your immune system to attack normal organs and tissues in your body and affect how they work. This may happen anytime during or after treatment is ended and may become serious and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you experience new or worsening cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, loss of appetite, swollen ankles, extreme fatigue, constipation, rash, or muscle or joint pain, as this may keep these problems from becoming more serious. These are not all the possible side effects of Opdivo. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant or lung, breathing, or liver problems. A chance to live longer. Ask your doctor if Opdivo is right for you. Bristol Myers Squibb thanks the patients and physicians who participated in the Opdivo clinical trial.
When heartburn hits, fight back fast. Tums Smoothie starts dissolving the instant it touches your tongue and neutralizes stomach acid at the source. Smoothies, only from Tums.
Justice delayed once again in the Holly Bobo murder trial. Why a judge and attorneys on the case say it could be more than a year before it begins. Next.
This week, parents looked at the questions on the faces of their children and did their best to make sense of the senseless. How to explain? What is the meaning of life if life is lost so easily to those who hate? In Paris, we recognized each and every face. We know them. We met in Oklahoma City, in New York and Washington after 9/11. And after the last mass shooting. Familiar in every time and every place. Children serene because they don't understand. Parents in anguish because they can't understand. Today, a Parisian, Antoine Larice, found his answer. His wife, who he called the love of his life, was killed Friday, leaving him to write a letter to the terrorists for himself and his 17-month-old son. "You will not have my hatred," he told the killers. "This little boy will insult you by being happy and free." The letter reminded us of Viktor Frankl, the psychiatrist who endured Auschwitz-Birkenau. The love of his life was lost in the death camps. "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing," Frankl wrote, "the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude." Or, as Antoine Larice put it today, "We are two, my son and I, but we are stronger than all the armies of the world." The search for an explanation leaves us with silence until we search inside. In these times, don't ask the meaning of life. Life is asking, what's the meaning of you? And that's the CBS Evening News from this great city. For all of us at CBS News all around the world, good night.
Tonight, a state lawmaker's controversial push for the National Guard to gather Syrian refugees already settled in Tennessee.
All new details in News Channel 5's investigation into the possible dangers of color runs.
Would you call them safe?
I wouldn't call it safe.
Encryption technology protects your privacy. It also protects ISIS. Tonight, new calls for an ability to unlock smartphones.
Police say this home was one of at least 5 targeted by armed burglars looking to feed an addiction.
Oh my God, am I fixing to die here or what? I mean, I didn't know what to do.
From your news and information leader, this is News Channel 5 at 6.
It is a shocking crime that landed